deep in the forbidden depths of the Bone Library, where even the oldest skeletal archivists rarely dare to tread, lies a chamber that hums with the very sound of destiny being woven. Rhen, Lyra, and Elias passed through a narrow arch formed from thousands of fused vertebrae. The air grew heavy, thick with the scent of aged parchment, melted gold, and something far older, the smell of possibilities being born and dying every second. Before them rose the Loom of Unwritten Fates, an impossibly vast machine of living white bone and flowing golden threads that stretched into what seemed like eternity. Hundreds of colossal bone beams moved in perfect hypnotic rhythm, pulling, twisting, and weaving thousands of glowing threads. Each thread was a story that had not yet been told. Some burned bright with hope and glory. Others darkened, frayed, and snapped into glowing dust. The perfectly reflective floor beneath their feet did not show their current selves. It showed countless possible futures, versions of Rhen who succeeded, versions who failed, versions who never left New Dubai, versions who lost everything. A deep, ancient, and strangely gentle voice filled the chamber, vibrating through their bones and souls. Welcome, fragile weavers of destiny. I am the Loom of Unwritten Fates. I do not merely record what has happened. I birth what might yet be. Rhen's golden eyes reflected the endless golden threads. His voice was barely above a whisper. You decide our futures. The loom's voice carried both warmth and terrifying indifference. No, young bridge, I offer every possible thread. Mortals are the ones who reach out and pull. But every thread you choose to strengthen causes countless others to weaken and die. Look closely. A single brilliant golden thread suddenly brightened and wove itself into a vivid, living vision floating before them, Rhen standing triumphantly atop the birch ruins as the surface and all hollows united in peace and light. The image was breathtaking, but as it formed, dozens of other threads around it turned pitch black and snapped violently, dissolving into sparkling dust that faded into nothing. Lyra's breath caught. So every time someone changes fate, entire worlds of possibility are erased? Yes, brave warden, the loom replied with quiet sorrow. That is the cruel and beautiful truth of choice. You once pulled a thread to save your friends. In doing so, you unknowingly killed thousands of other futures where different people lived happy lives. Every hero's victory is built upon the graves of stories that will never be told. Elias stepped forward, his skeletal hands trembling with centuries of doubt. Then why does the Bone Library even exist? Why do we guard memories if you constantly rewrite the future? The great loom slowed its weaving for a moment. A soft, ethereal teal glow filled the entire chamber. Because memory and possibility are two sides of the same eternal coin. Without the library, there would be no threads worth weaving. Without me, there would be no future worth remembering. You three, you stand at the rarest convergence where the recorded past and the unwritten future touch. Tell me, Rhen Calder, which thread will you pull next? Two shining golden threads slowly floated toward Rhen's open hands. One showed his mother alive, healthy, singing her lullaby on the rooftop garden under a star-filled sky. The other showed the surface world saved from collapse, the hollows stabilized. But his mother's memory completely erased from existence. Rhen's hands trembled violently between the two threads as golden tears streamed down his face. The loom does not judge, the ancient voice whispered with infinite patience. It only waits. Choose wisely, child of two worlds. Once you pull a thread, the rest of the tapestry will never, ever be the same again. The golden threads continued their endless, merciless, and heartbreakingly beautiful dance around the three companions, patiently waiting for the next choice that would shape reality itself.